20% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Fifth Street Sports. We're on the Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network, also on the American Forces Network. My name's Frank Perez, and we got Florida Rick back. He's been on a little bit of a hiatus, and we have Mr. Oklahoma Brian, my co-host. Well, both of these guys are my co-hosts, but as you can tell by my voice, and I got my little tissue box over here, I got a real bad cold, but you know, when I played pro in the 70s and 80s. I was a professional highlight player, so I'm old school. You know, I still play hurt. I'm not like the new millennial pros that they get a sprained ankle and they're out on the 15-day disabled. So guys, heck of a weekend. Throw me something this weekend, guys. Throw me a bone.
Hey, before we get to the weekend, let me ask you a question about highlight back in the 70s and 80s. Were there ever? I'm guessing there was no steroids in the game of highlight back then, or were there?
No. You know, like we only made $30,000 a year. Even when I won the singles championship in '78 and '82, I only got a $1,500 a year raise, and I won the biggest cup for the whole year at MGM. But there was no steroids. All these guys were all from the northern provinces of Spain, from the Basque Country. They didn't fix games. They didn't do anything. The only thing I got to tell you is in the locker room we did have Bota bags, you know, full of wine. So sometimes like before you played, just to relax, we would take a real nice shot of Merlot or Cab from the Bota bag, and then we'd brush our teeth because we couldn't have alcohol on our breath. But that really relaxed you. You know.
That's kind of, I hear strippers have a similar routine, maybe a little more intense. I don't know.
No.
Well, who would catch the alcohol on the breath if there was
Well,
the
sometimes
official?
either because like if you were serving, there was 6 different balls that you could choose from, 102 grams to 110 grams, depending on if you wanted speed or not. So when you were talking to the referee in the back or the player's manager before you went out on the court, he could smell it on you. Because once in a while these guys would take a little too much, and the player's manager would go, Izaguirre, because they were all, and then you know. Guys, we gotta get ready for a break. We'll be right back. Fifth Street Sports, Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. Don't go anywhere. We got a great show for you today.
This is Bully Ray. This is Jay Lethal.
Dalton Castle from Ring of Honor to tell you that Honor Club.
Honor Club is the ultimate ROH experience. Join now for live streaming access to Survival of the Fittest
And all 4 nights of the Global Wars Tour.
Also, get on-demand access to past Ring of Honor events, out-of-print compilations,
50% off pay-per-views,
and more.
or better yet,
Go VIP and receive every major pay-per-view for free,
including Final Battle.
Honor Club is more than a network. Skip the line for pre-sale ticket access to live events and receive 15% off at ROHProshop.com on exclusive apparel, DVDs, replica championships, and more.
Go to ROHHonorClub.com.
ROHHonorClub.com.
Or open the ROH app now. Available on all Apple and Android devices and Roku.
We are Honor Club, and honor is real.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
The backyard's looking great, Rob.
Thanks, man. I was planning on adding a deck, too. Know any good contractors?
Why don't you just ask Home Advisor?
Home what?
HomeAdvisor.com. You just tell them about your project and they match you with local pros that can do the job.
Nice. Now, how much does it cost?
Oh, Home Advisor's totally free to use. Plus, you can read customer reviews, check pricing, and book appointments for free.
What's the website again?
HomeAdvisor.com. Or just download the free Home Advisor app.
Home Advisor. Stop by Lowe's and get the supplies you need to refresh your home in time for holiday guests. Welcome family and friends to a whole new style with Allen + Roth laminate flooring, now only $129 per square foot. Then, finish your new look with Valspar Simplicity Paint and Primer in 1, starting at $25.98. It goes on smooth and resists marks, scuffs, and everyday wear. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Flooring offer valid through 11/7 while supplies last. See store for details, U.S. only.
All right, folks, we're back here on Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez. We have my co-host, Oklahoma Brian, and my other co-host, Florida Rick, who's been on vacation for a week. So, Rick, during your 1 week vacation, we were over here in the trenches battling it out. Did you bring anything back with you, or did you see anything during the vacation that you could share with our listeners?
No, Frank, unfortunately, I was more under the weather than anything else. So it wasn't necessarily a fun vacation more than it was a necessary vacation to get healthy. But I was paying attention to all the football games, as we all were this weekend.
Rick, I think you're talking to us. I just saw some pictures of you, and you were judging a bikini contest playing volleyball over there on the beach. You didn't look like you were under too much weather there, my friend. But
yeah. Well, that was a Photoshop picture. It wasn't really me.
Okay.
It was just for national.
Well, guys,
that's just for ESPN, the magazine. Yeah.
Give us something this week, because this is talk you can bet on. Well, tell us what kind of happened that they took our cash in some of these games.
Crazy endings, I think, to a few games. The game we were just talking to before the break was the ending of the London games this week. Was amazing to think that both those teams traveled so far, and it ended the way it ended, with Tennessee electing to go for 2 at the end of regulation. Tell me your thoughts, Frank. Good move, bad move? Would you do it if you were the coach? Would you choose the same direction?
I'm gonna give you my take. Then we'll take Florida Rick's take, and then yours. All right. So it's 20-19. It's going to be essentially like the last play of the game. So I think you're about $1. What do you think? You're about $1.30, $1.40 underdog to make that 2-point conversion, right? So right there.
No, it's closer to. No, I'd have to look at the NFL averages, but my guess is going for 2 is right around 46%. Does that sound right, Rick?
Okay. Rick,
in the NFL, I think it's closer to 46, 47%, because remember, it's from the 2-yard line, unlike college, which is from the 3.
So then you're only like $1.05, $1.06, $1.07 underdog. Guys, I gotta tell you, now you're playing in London. You don't have the greatest of kickers, so your regular extra point is not an automatic to send it to overtime. And if you're just $1.06 or $1.07 underdog to win that game right there and finish it, and you're a little bit of the inferior team, my vote is I think it was a great play.
I don't disagree. I think it was the right play, but it's one of those things when it doesn't work out and they ask you questions, they might ask you, hey, did you not trust your defense? Look at that. Kurt from Clemson. We'll get to that in just a second. Atlanta tonight.
Yeah, but you can take that one, Brian, because you're the one that's been on fire. Those kudos are for you, buddy.
All right, we'll get to Kurt in just a second. Let me finish up the London thought. So, I don't think it's a bad move analytically but the political side is difficult because you have to go to your team, address the media, and basically be blunt and say, you know what? I don't think we can stop the other team's offense. I think that Phillip Rivers and the Chargers offense was more than we could really handle, and I tend to agree with them. I just don't know how you go about telling your team that. What are your thoughts, Rick?
Hello, side of this one, I think. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I am against this. I would just Tennessee had all momentum. They came down from I think 11 at the half to essentially tie the game with 20 seconds left. They've already held San Diego to 3 second half points. You're not necessarily. I think the teams are equal at this point, or Tennessee, if anything, is the better team. I know extra point isn't a sure thing anymore, as Justin Tucker showed us yesterday. But for the most part, it's still a better shot taking the extra point and going to overtime with all the momentum. I know it's a London game, but San Diego wants to get out of there just as bad as you want to get out of there. So I would say, we've come this far. We're not just going to put everything on the, it reminds me of like you just win a poker tournament, like a Poker Stars full tilt poker. And as soon as the tournament ends, there's like a message. Okay, you won $1,500. Do you want to play black or red for double or nothing? So it's kind of the same thought process. Do you want to go double or nothing now, or just take what you got and then live to play a full period of overtime and see if you can win it there, which it seems like you've been the better team the last 30 minutes of the ball game. So I would have kicked the extra point and just played the overtime, and with them, I assumed I would have won the game. Right. And if worst case scenario, maybe just walked away with a tie.
It had to be a long plane flight back. That's for sure. Can you imagine having that?
Yeah, but
imagine what your team thinks. But let me just finish up with Rick's point. Rick, I don't necessarily disagree. It's the NFL. These teams are pretty close. You're right. You had the momentum. But let's say you were like a 15-point dog. Does that change your analysis?
Oh,
you're clearly the inferior team. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, at that point, I'm going to take my double or nothing, black or red, and say let's do it. The fact that I'm 50-50 at this to win this game right now, when you're a plus 550, 600 dog, okay, I'll take my chances with one play, but I'm not going to do it when I'm pretty much an even money favorite at that point.
Rick, what you say, but what both of you guys say absolutely makes sense, and I don't think I was too far off either. But I think for the panel, since you ran it us three, I think going for it gets the extra little nod, because Brian and I were shaded that way. But now, do you guys think that before that play is made, like either in the locker room, like before the game, or during the flight, or sometimes during the week, do you think that the coach ever goes to the player or even runs that possibility by him that says, guys, by the way, if we get in this spot, raise your hands, who wants to end it right there? Like, do you think the play was kind of more like a little bit thought out way before the game?
No, not a chance. It's our democracy. NFL coaches are dictators. I don't think they listen to or care about input from players or other coaches. Maybe the offensive, maybe like his top assistant coach, but the defensive coordinator, I'm sure, was if the defensive coordinator said to him, "Hey, I don't think we can stop these guys." Isn't that kind of an admission that that you're not confident and competent in your
it's like Rick said, they were kind of dominating the last 6 minutes,
Yeah.
But do you think he even asked his quarterback or maybe his quarterback and a receiver like in the huddle says, guys, what do you think? You want to go for it right now? Or do you think he just makes the call and the hell with everybody?
The hell with everybody. That's my thought.
Well, I think also the other problem with that is that if you ask your players, you're going to get pretty much players 100% of the time they're going to say, yeah, let's go for it. The players always want to go for it. So the players want to go for it when it's, a 7-0 game in the first, first four. So they surely want to go for it when it's the final play of the game. The players all want to everyone wants to be a hero. So of course they want to go for it, and plus they want to get the game over with right there too.
Yeah, but God, Rick, with the 33-yard extra point, just to send it into overtime, I don't think it was that bad of a call. I really don't. It's not automatic. You're going to make that extra point, and if you do, you still got to go where you can end it right there. End it right there. I don't know. Tough.
Yeah. Well, what would have been interesting to me, and I wanted to see it so bad, was if the Bears had got that Hail Mary, he got that extra half yard and scored yesterday.
Yes.
Would they have gone for 2? I'm pretty sure they would have gone for 2 in that situation. They had all the momentum. Everyone would have been going crazy. I am sure they would have gone for 2 at that spot.
Wow. Great question. Right. Great question. Brian, I definitely think he goes for 2 in that spot, don't you?
100% he would have gone for 2, and it would have been the right move in that spot for sure. But I think he was, it's what a crazy ending that game was. That would have been nice if he had the presence of mind to lateral it back once he realized he wasn't going to get in the end zone.
Yeah.
But
guys, we gotta get ready for a break. When we come back, remember this is Talk You Can Bet On. We're gonna address Kurt Morgan's question and give some of our listeners something that we got some. I've got a really good cash ball play for you guys this week, so we'll be back. Fifth Street Sports, Frank Perez. Stay tuned.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Hi, Rick Tittle here. You may know me as the Sports Talk host that can talk about all sports: football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, tennis, auto racing, boxing, Olympics, rollerball. But this time I'm here to talk about pain. If you have pain in your knee or your back like I do, then you should know about the Health Alert Hotline. If Medicare is your primary insurance, then you could qualify for a back or knee brace at little or no charge. I have an old injury from my football playing days, and anything that can help take that pain away and make it more manageable, that has my attention. I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for back, ankle, knee, or shoulder pain, please call the Health Alert Hotline at 800-428-1570. That's 800-428-1570. Agents are standing by 24/7, so go ahead and call now. 800-428-1570.
Do you use the Blue Pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the Blue Pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Okay, folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. Guess what we got during the break, you guys? We're going to take the whole wondering and the whole doubt out of the topic we just talked about, that 2-point conversion in Tennessee. One of our Fifth Street partners in residence, okay, he's when it comes to stats or plays or game situations, he's like the Colossus computer. All right, so he ran our theories about that play. Was it or was it not the correct play for that Tennessee coach to go for 2. And after all careful thought, guys, this is going to be our tiebreaker because I know Rick was on the side of not going for it. After careful thought, it was the incorrect play because of this reason. The math says if there's less time and the other team has no timeouts or not a great quarterback, let's say there would have been like 12 seconds left and the other team does not have any timeouts, it's the correct play to go for it. But in this case, it was the incorrect play because of this situation. San Diego still had 2 timeouts left. There was 30 seconds on the clock with Phillip Rivers at the helm that can get him back in field goal range. So it was the incorrect play, and that's running it through the Fifth Street Colossus computer. What do you think of that, fellas?
We have a Colossus computer. We still can't get me a T-shirt.
No, we're going to get you one. So there it is from Chris. It was the incorrect play. But, but it is the mathematical correct play, but not with 30 seconds left and 2 timeouts and giving Phillip Rivers the ball. So he's true. Right. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. So now, fellas, we got let's get back to Curt Morgan because there it is. Okay, there's Kurt's. Brian, why don't you take this one because it's been your honor this week of giving this guy so many winners.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I should make a trip to Clemson. I feel like I'm
You'll buy you a beer.
Kurt, get an envelope. Well, I'll settle for a beer. Beer works. Yeah, here's my thoughts on tonight's game. I hate both of these teams, Atlanta and the Giants. As we all know, anybody who's been following sports for the last 10 or 15 years, the Giants have a personality like a house cat, right? They never do what you want them to do. It's always the opposite of what you think they're going to do. And, they lose when you think they're going to win. They win when you think they're going to lose. I know I said someone asked about this game last week, and I think my initial thought was that I liked Atlanta, but man, I would say that I don't have an overly strong opinion on the game, but I've certainly seen a lot of accounts that I respect. Some of the sharper guys in our industry, they seem to be all lining up on the Giants, and the public seems to be all over Atlanta. So with that in mind, I would only bet the Giants, although it's a disgusting game. This might be a night to watch a movie and pretend like there is no game, or maybe wait for a spot to bet interactive. In terms of the total, unfortunately, Kurt, I believe the under is the right side from what I can tell, but I'd like to hear Rick's take on this. What do you know about this game, Rick?
Well, I don't know any more than you know, but I know we've both been looking at the same accounts for the last 4 or 5 days, and we've seen nothing but Giants plays, and the Giants seen from +6, +5.5, +5, +4, even +3.5. So, and I see the public is 75% still on the Falcons. As much as I hate this Giants, I don't like the Falcons. The Giants always do what you expect them not to do. So I think somehow the Giants show up tonight and they probably come out of this game with a win. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. Somehow these guys always are right. So I'm gonna stick with the Giants. And I don't really want to watch the game. I would only be on the Giants.
Hey, while we're talking, while we have Kurt on deck here, I'm kind of curious about this next week's game with Clemson. Kurt always has action on Clemson. He's a Clemson fan. And I think we've steered him correctly. I think he liked NC State last week. And hopefully we talked you off that NC State bet, Kurt. I knew Clemson was a monster. I saw it in a lot of really, really sharp accounts. I also personally like them. But this week is another interesting test for this Clemson team and their freshman quarterback that looks just like Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. They're going on the road to Free Shoes University. Potentially, this would have been a really, really daunting spot for a freshman in any other year in 2018. I'm not sure it's that scary anymore. And then you throw in the fact that it's a noon game. I really like Clemson -14. I know it's early, and one of my biggest flaws as a bettor is probably taking too many leads early in the week. I've tried to reduce that tendency, but man, I love Clemson this week. What are your thoughts, Rick?
Yeah, I'm not as sold as you are. As much as I would want to, think that Clemson's right and Clemson's going to blow them out. FSU has been able to stay in games of late. They've turned a small corner, gotten a bit better. I do like Clemson in the fact that it's a noon game instead of a night game. If this were a night game, I would lean towards FSU. But the fact it's a noon game, it plays into hands. You're not going to get that same atmosphere at 12 o'clock as you would at a 7:30, 8 o'clock ABC game. So I'd still stay away for now, see where the line moves. But I would lean Clemson, especially if you can get south of the 14, like 13, 13 and a half. If it goes up to 14 and a half, I would never lay it at that. It's kind of a toss up right here, but I would just have an extra lean to Clemson.
Well, we have a mutual friend that's a big Florida State booster and seems to always be dialed into Florida State. He was emphatic that Florida State was going to show up against Miami. He was emphatic that they were going to blow out Wake Forest. He seems to be – he's a little bit of a homer, but he seems to be pretty dialed into what FSU is going to do. I'd like to hear his take on it. But I right out the gate, I think 14 is a bargain. I've already loaded up, actually, on
well, let me ask you a question, especially Rick, because he's got fresh eyes. He's had a week on the beach. With this new shakeup with the Etch-a-Sketch here in the BCS and Ohio State laying such a big egg, what do you think it looks like now versus like the 2 weeks ago when we were talking about it? What's it currently looking like to you in the BCS standings?
Wow. Well, it looks like at this point, Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame are almost locks, if you can say locks, because even with one loss Alabama, they'll still get in. So even if they could afford a loss to LSU, they could afford a loss to Georgia in the title game. So Alabama, Clemson, and Clemson's kind of in the same, not in the same boat, but it's going to be hard to imagine them losing a game. They just don't play anyone that difficult the rest of the way. Notre Dame, they're kind of in the same boat. They just don't really play hard either from here on out. Maybe USC, if you call that a difficult game. So now it comes down to LSU, Michigan, Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma, Florida, Ohio State. I mean, you have all these one-loss teams who are looking to just go undefeated the rest of the way. And unfortunately for both LSU and Georgia, they both have to play Alabama. Well, Georgia will have to play. If Georgia doesn't play Alabama, that means they lost another game. So it's going to be hard to see teams getting in there. I mean, at this point, I would say Michigan, it's all up to them. If they run the table, they're in. It's not going to be easy to run the table. They're going to have to beat Ohio State, Wisconsin. But I think at this point, they'd be the best choice. And even these other teams win it too, But it's just hard to imagine any of these teams running the table. What do you think, Brian?
You know what Michigan's chances of running the table are, according to the latest Nate Silver projection at 538?
What's that?
22%.
Wow.
That's
higher.
Higher you thought? Ohio, he has Ohio State at 20%. So even though Ohio State just lost, they're essentially in the same boat. I mean, the winner of that game, passes the other one, and they both have about a 22% chance of running the table, and they both have Michigan's a 25% chance to make it in. Ohio State's a 22% chance.
How about
really
LSU? How about LSU? Where are they at?
Well, LSU has some work to do. LSU's going to have a tough game on November 3rd. They play Alabama. So that's their whole season in one game. Has anyone seen a look-ahead line on that game? I haven't. Kind of curious what that would be.
I haven't seen one either, but I'd love to know what you guys would make that line now that you brought it up.
Wow. Oh, gosh. Well, now okay, so wouldn't it be a great bet right now if you can make a pick for like who's going to be the BCS, and they had all the possibilities? I think it'd be really, really interesting to be able to guess right on all four.
I don't know if that was a dodge or he just wasn't interested. I don't think Frank wants to make a line on Alabama and LSU. You want to try?
Yeah. Well, where's the game at?
It's going to be at Baton Rouge, at night, Death Valley. no offense to Kurt. Well, I know that Clemson and LSU like to battle over who the real Death Valley is, but on November 3rd, Death Valley is in Baton Rouge.
All right, here.
It'll be a night game.
I'll give you the line. It's Alabama minus 9.5.
That's not a bad line. I'm gonna make it really close to that. I'm gonna make it 8.5.
How about you, Rick?
All right.
And I'm going to go just north of you guys. I'm going to make it 10.5. I know it's a lot of points laying on the road in Death Valley at night, but it's still Alabama. This is probably the only chance to have a close game all year, at least until the SEC championship game or the playoff. So but I'm still going to make it 10.5.
You know what's crazy about this game? We might try to. Well, we'll pick it up after the break. It sounds like we're heading into a break, but there's a phenomenal NFL game that takes place the next day in New Orleans. The Rams are at the Saints November 4th, day after this. So if you're looking for a road trip this year, this is your daily double.
Guys, we'll be right back on that one. Let's take a break. 5th Street Sports, Florida Rick, Oklahoma Brian, and Frank. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just 3 minutes.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Guys, we're back. 5th Street Sports on the Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network, on the American Forces Network. You guys, thanks for listening in. And, we're still here. We got a real good rest of the show. So we made the line on that Alabama LSU, even though LSU completely dominated in the last few games. Guys, I got a game for you this Sunday. I just looked at the line. Now, here's Billy Donlin. There are 9 NBA games tonight, and the lowest total on one game is 210. Is this how the NBA is now super high scoring? Billy, I know Brian and I discussed it. Brian, what's the worst defensive team in the last 25 years that's on the court this year?
Well, Sacramento seems to play almost no defense this year, which is amazing considering they were kind of defensive last year. But it's interesting. This is that Juniper?
No, that's Rick. That's Rick's cat. But yeah.
Wow.
So it's
two
just a
house
scoring
cat
fest.
references. You know what it is? It's the Giants are in the house tonight, and I mentioned that the Giants have the personality of a cat, and now we've Fifth Street Sports spares no expenses in terms of special effects and use of animals. But hey, here's the thing about this. Let me just throw out a stat. This is going to floor you. You know what the record of over-unders is this year in the NBA? In other words, there have been 39 games in the NBA this year. How many do you think have gone over?
I would say 33.
Wow, okay. I can't. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I won't impress you. It's still pretty high though. 27-12, which is an astoundingly high number. The Mavericks attempted 53 pointers the other night. 53 pointers in one game.
Is that the record in a game for attempts?
I think it's their franchise record. I think it might be the league record. But just to put that into perspective, if you go back to like the early 80s, I mean, I guess we're all old enough to remember it, although I was pretty young. But I remember watching, Larry Bird and the short days. I was a big Washington Bullets fan around 1979, 1980. But the stats are unbelievable. How infrequently the three-pointer was shot back then. It was essentially a shot that nobody took except for, maybe Larry Bird, or if you needed, if you were down by, here's when it was used. If you were down by 3 and there was 4 seconds to go, that's when you shot a three-pointer. Outside of that, nobody ever shot three-pointers. A lot of times that you'd go an entire game without a three-pointer being attempted. And now we got one team attempting 50 in one game. It's, in my opinion, it's kind of making a joke of the game. I really don't think it's as fun to watch. I mean, do you guys enjoy just watching a bunch of 6'11" guys shoot three-pointers at each other and not play defense?
No, but I'll tell you, in the early 80s, it was the Denver Nuggets with Kiki Vandeweghe and these guys. I mean, the totals used to be 255, 257.5. With the Denver Nuggets. I mean, I've actually bet over 257. I remember one time at Palace Station, it was the Bingo Palace then, on over in the Denver Nuggets, and I won easy.
Yeah, but they weren't doing that. They weren't doing that with three-pointers. I mean, maybe they may have taken a few three-pointers. Certainly the ABA took a few three-pointers. They were just not playing defense. This is like an exhibition. It doesn't even resemble basketball.
Well, let's just do the math on this. Okay, the Mavericks attempted 53 pointers. How many did they make? Do you know how many they made?
I want to say they made 22, but I'm not sure.
Wow. Okay, so they made 22, so they got 66 points out of 50 attempts, right? If they try for conventional twos, they don't make 33 of those, do they? Oh, Rockets,
there it is. Okay. 61 is the record.
61 is the record by the Rockets. There we go, from Las Vegas, Chris. Thank you very much, in 2016. Okay, so here, Rick, what do you think about that? 53 pointers, they make 22, so they get 66 points out of the deals. Probably like no fouls either. There was no 4-point plays, right? So.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
okay.
In terms of.
So you think that, Rick, if I gave you the ball and you tried twos 50 times, you're going to get more than 66 points out of it?
Well, that's where the twos are. They layups / mid-range jumpers. So you've hit 66% of your twos to equal the 44% of the threes. And I mean, there's a reason why teams are doing this. And the thing is, I'm actually wondering, considering it's the Mavericks, if Bob has an influence in this. It's just kind of funny that the Mavs turned into this 3-point shooting team, and I'd love to see where they were shooting these threes from too. Because if 28 of these were from the corners, we know there's Bob's name written all over this. And we know Golden State's and Houston, they've set these trends that now, all these leagues, they're copycat leagues. You see how teams become successful in a certain manner, and that's what Golden State, Houston have done. And now everyone wants to try to be them with inferior players. But that's where we're headed. And unfortunately, I don't really see it slowing down anytime soon. I think it's the wave now, and I think it's going to be the wave of the future unless they start moving the 3-point line back another few feet, which I don't see happening anytime soon either.
Because for what reason do you think they wouldn't move it back? Just simply because the league likes the excitement of the 3-point shot, or what?
Yeah, I think they love seeing games in the 240s, 250s every night. All leagues always want more points. Why do you think we always have these new ridiculous NFL rules? Every league wants more points, except maybe soccer. I think soccer likes 1-0 games. But sorry, Nick, if you're listening.
Yeah, no. Nick is here, and when you start talking bad about soccer, it's almost like talking bad about his parents. Because let me tell you though, sometimes when I can't get to sleep at night, I'll turn on some of these soccer games, and it's like saying Lawrence Welk. I mean 0-0. And then if I wake up 35 minutes later, I don't even know I've been asleep for 35 minutes because it's still 0-0. I think, I didn't even fall asleep. It is, I'm telling you. But
by the way, I just looked it up. They made 17.
There's Nick giving me that look right there. There's Nick giving me that look. He's going to put me in this chair because I've been talking bad about his what is it, football? Is that what they really call this, football?
Yeah. The real football, as they refer to it.
No, but think about this, guys. Now, do you think that this mathematical or this 3-point equation basketball is going to spill over into college? Hello?
In college,
I think it already has.
Okay, here's Brian. Here's Brian Wilson, the smart money on LA in the World Series.
I hope so.
Unfortunately, Mr. Brian, I say you got a big problem with with the Tea Party over there in Boston.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm hoping. Would be nice to steal Game 1 though, and maybe. I hate hedging. You know that about me, but I don't know. Maybe if the Dodgers steal Game 1, I might think about putting a little something down on Boston. But I'm probably just going to ride this thing out.
You got to love the Game 1 pitching matchup. Kershaw at Sale.
Wow.
Two guys, probably maybe the two best pitchers in the majors, but two guys who always underperform come the postseason. I still want to see it. I can't wait to see it. But the funny thing is the total 7.5 under. I actually like the over because one of these pitchers is going to end up getting shelled. I don't know which one, and possibly both.
What's the price on Sale? Sale's got to be favored, right?
Yeah, 140. Sale's 140.
Ooh. What? I mean, when did you ever think you were going to get Kershaw plus $1.30?
I know.
Anywhere.
Doesn't matter where. Yeah.
You know what? It's early. We'll check on this again tomorrow. Fenway Park is one of the more underrated ballparks in terms of wind. It really, if you get a wind out to right field at Fenway, it's a pretty significant deal. Of course, it's also, it's going to be 50 degrees. That's really not that cold for an October 23rd game. But initial forecast looks like 6-mile-an-hour wind out to right field. Might keep an eye on that.
Guys, I got a special request for you two guys from one of our residents because they really want to hear something on this. And they've been, requesting me quite a bit. Give me your take on this Old Dominion fiasco that happened here.
I'll let you go first, Rick.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is reminded me of the Alabama-Auburn game from what, it was 5 years ago, I think it was. And then I've never seen anything like it. What a way to end. You turn it all the way. It looks like you're going to get tackled 3 times. Then it looks like you're finally going to get stopped, and you do get stopped, and they call that face mask penalty. the second half, we had second half over. I believe that made the second half. It still ended up going under. Is that right, Bri? Or did it end up going over even with that?
Oh wow! I had no idea. I had no idea that.
It landed 77, right? Was it 77, 40?
Yeah. Well, the game total went way over. Yeah, the game total went way over. I know the second half total was right there. We either won or lost by the hook, and I'm not sure if we won or lost. I have to look. But I was thinking the whole time, man, we need overtime. We need overtime. But we may have actually got the W there even without the overtime, because we've gotten, I think, a couple of scores right before that actually happened. It was a crazy fourth quarter.
I got a question. Wasn't Western Kentucky involved in that crazy ending in the Bahamas Bowl, like
Bahamas,
3 or 4 years?
Central Michigan, right? Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they went for two. And they went for two in that game. Remember the craziest play in probably history, and they went for two. They missed the 2-point conversion. That was the best part about it. they got like a 90-yard Hail Mary with like 4 laterals, and then they missed the 2.
So they were involved in 2 of the craziest endings in the history of football and managed to lose both of them?
Yeah, they specialize in that. There's a class you could take at Western Kentucky.
So I mean, you guys should Google it or look at it, the YouTube thing. You know, Chris sent it to me on the thing. I think I passed it to a few people. It's really crazy.
Yeah, I saw it.
So guys, I just spotted something right now. Have you ever been out there? You guys don't have metal detectors, but out here in the desert when I was a kid, I had
at my house.
No, I had.
The kind like you walk around.
Yeah,
like old people
exactly.
walk around with, try to find
I remember me and my cousin had one. We were out there in the desert looking all around with our little shovels, and we would hear it go off. And every once in a blue moon, you would dig down there and you saw something really shiny. Now you either knew it was going to be a silver dollar. We never found any gold. Silver dollar, or, Buffalo nickels, or the old Liberty nickels, stuff like that. We found those, right?
Yeah.
I just looked on my phone, and I found one in the NFL this week, fellas. Now, there's no laughing. I'm going to take the Oakland Raiders at home +3, and I'm declaring myself on an early Monday. This is one of the best bets I've seen in, since Seinfeld went off the air, okay? Raiders +3 at home against Indianapolis. I can't believe that line. But, guys, we're getting ready for a break. Are we? No? Oh, we still got a minute. Good. Then let me expand on this. You guys tell me you don't like the Raiders at home getting 3 against Indianapolis?
Indy's. Remember at the beginning of the year we had a guest come on the show, Eric Waz, and that was his biggest pick to click this year. Was he really liked Indianapolis, and they were kind of a dud the first week coming out of the gate, but they've been pretty impressive. I'm not sure that I think they're. I think you might be onto something. I actually like Indianapolis. I'm gonna disagree with you. I actually like Indy in that game.
Oh well, you'll be coming out here, buddy. We got a couple steak dinners lined up on this one. I'll take the 3.
Okay.
Guys, we're getting ready for a break. Fifth Street Sports. We got Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, Frank Perez. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in a couple minutes.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from Resort Release, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares. Once you've made that decision to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, Resort Release is offering a Better Business Bureau accredited way to legally get rid of your timeshare, guaranteed. We guaranteed to get rid of your timeshare payments permanently. Even if you've tried another company to get rid of your expensive timeshare, call now and see if we can help you. At Resort Release, you don't pay anything until you're ready. If you're ready to learn how to permanently get rid of your costly timeshare, make this complimentary free call right now.
800-598-0539. 800-598-0539. 800-598-0539. That's 800-598-0539. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Guys, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. You want to know what, fellas? I think I was talking too quickly. I just got a report that the Raiders are trading their wide receivers to Dallas. They're waving the white flag. I'm going to recant that. Hold it up. Hold it up. I'm going to recant. I did not. Oh, here's one. Billy. Oh, this is for Florida Rick. Rick, here you go from Billy Donlin. Any good NBA or hockey you like tonight? Florida Rick.
Well, thanks for the shout out, Billy. Very nice to hear you're asking me NBA questions. All right, the only one that comes to my mind is the fading the Lakers. I'm going to keep fading the Lakers until they can prove they can win. This team doesn't look like they have any idea how to play together yet. They're, I think, a 1-point favorite tonight over San Antonio at home. I don't think they're going to win until they play a team who's clearly one of the bottom feeder teams in the NBA. So I think if you can keep fading LeBron the next 3-4 games, you're still going to be profiting every single game. What are you guys' takes on that?
I'll stick with the same game, and I like the over in the Lakers game. I think Luke Walton has convinced himself the only way he hangs on to this job is by just becoming a super up-tempo crazy team, and Lakers look like they're going to embrace that style of basketball. So what is it? What's the total? 224, more or less? I like the over on that. And I'll throw out a hockey play tonight. Winnipeg, -150 in the NHL.
All right, there you go, Billy. So you got San Antonio from Florida, Rick, Winnipeg from Brian. Guys, we don't have much time, but we got, I think it's 99.999 confirmed about our friend in the industry, Tony, in Costa Rica. I do. They haven't turned up the body to the family yet, but Gambling 911 has confirmed that he was murdered in this suicide, which I feel horrible. He was a good friend of mine.
Not a suicide, right?
No. It was a kidnapping. It was a kidnapping, but it was but they paid the ransom. I don't know why they killed him. But listen, you guys, thanks for the great show, and to the listeners out there, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Fifth Street Sports will be 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. See you tomorrow.
USA Radio News.
You know what you should do, John? Go into the middle of the caravan, take your camera.